That's not that's not the way. This Kai'Sa was just awful. Ay ay ay. I do need to make a decision as to whether or not I want to go tank or I want to go fucking AP though. I mean, these two things, I don't think they're, because honestly, Demolish is not as strong. Let's see, charge up power attack. Like, this is great if I'm definitely going to go all attack. This is also great for AP, though. What's the cooldown on this? 90 to 60 seconds. I guess we like Halo Blades, because I can mix that up with my E and my Q. If that's the case, I need to have something that really like speeds me up when I do that, which, interestingly enough, is probably gonna be this Inspiration with the approaching velocity. I mean, with his ult, he naturally gets to that point. Since I'm not powering up with health as much. Although, his normal stuff powers up with health. I think that would be it. We'll see. If it works out again, then great. If it doesn't,
vision setup. When you're playing TF, you need some kind of
then
vision setup.
we are going to check on
open.
Sage.
Overextending, and that's the thing, when you're so far behind like that, yes, going even's great, but one mistake and it's completely over. And you saw it right there. Upset made the hero play, but going into game 3, I expect there to be a lot more contest over this Ryzen TF.
Let's see if that's the case as we jump on into the draft for game 3. In the last couple of games, that mid lane has really been the focus, of course. In game 1, we saw Whipper having a strong jungle performance as well. And in game 2, we'll see if junglers are the priority. Mad Lions, once again, on the blue side, they had selection. And so far, blue side has a 100% win rate in LEC finals.
Certainly does, largely because of this priority on the Twisted Fate and the Rise. We haven't been able to see successful answers from either side. And let's see how things shape up. I imagine Fnatic is going to look to remove the Rise from Humanoid's hands.
Yeah, I wonder if Mad Lions will take away TF as well themselves. I expect Fnatic's last 2 bans, probably, yeah, Varus Rise, you'd expect. Maybe they have an answer to the TF itself.
I think Humanoid might just lock it in for himself.
That was my question, right? Are they just going to first pick TF or do they ban it here? That's the question. I think something like TF Thresh ban might be something Mad Lions opt into, but no, they're going to take away Rakan, so we will have Thresh up, you expect, if Fnatic take away Varus.
Well, in game 1, they did decide to leave the Thresh up, and it was picked by Fnatic. Of course, Mad Lions took that game. When Fnatic won the red side last, it was Lee Sin and Varus.
Fucking Christ, people.
We'll see if they decide to focus those once again. In fact, those have been their bans every single game so far. And they move to the LeBlanc.
I wonder if Fnatic knows they're going to ban Rise last, and they're expecting a TF ban from Mad Lions right now, which means that the next best mid pick for Humanoid would be the LeBlanc.
Sure.
We've seen Nisqy bring it in playoffs, but he didn't have the best performance on it. So just removing that from the pool, I'm assuming now will be a Rise ban.
I think you're right, yeah. You're completely right. 3 mid laners taken away, and now Varus, Thresh, Viego, kind of like the first picks. And I think maybe if Mad Lions take away something like the Varus, then they can match it with the Thresh. But no, they're just going to go straight for Lee Sin, which was also banned away in the last 2 games, I believe. So now Fnatic, the last time we saw them on red side, it was an Ashe Thresh first rotation. Could go for Varus Thresh first rotation, and then match jungle on 3. Could also early pick something like the Viego or the Xin Zhao, which I think was working great for Bwipo.
I agree with all of those things.
Yeah, Elio has played Lee Sin 4 times so far in playoffs as well, and has won 3 of those 4 games. So not really surprising that Mad Lions decide to prioritize it here, and we'll see what Fnatic want to run into it. Thresh will be the lock. Alongside that, as you said, like Viego, very strong in this sort of situation.
Mid lane has a sort of a weird dynamic now where you're going to control mages, and as much as we see control mages kind of throughout the world, Europe really likes roaming mids or kill pressure mids or 2v2 setups in mid. Diana Yasuo is another one that could come through if they decide to go for an AP jungler, but again, Bwipo doesn't play AP junglers really apart from Karthus and Gragas, so we won't see that. They're just going to go Ashe Thresh, so no prior on Varus just yet. Expect them to match jungle on 3. I mean, there is Viego, there is Xin Zhao, there's Trundle, so going 4-5 doesn't hurt if they want to early pick something like a top laner or a solo laner.
Mad could just get themselves, they could do a Syndra Jace on this rotation.
Jace banned.
Lock in. Oh, you're right, the
Could
Jace
do
is kind of
Jace.
banned, of course.
Could go Syndra GP or something like that though.
Yeah, they could.
Ashe
If
picked
they
up.
just want a strong mid jungle, it depends on what Humanoid is feeling. We know he has a very deep and extensive champion pool. They may just want to try and match bot lane right now. It's going to be the Orianna. This is something that we've seen a lot here in Europe in playoffs, often used as an answer into things like the Twisted Fate and the Rise because of how well it scales and the teamfight prowess that it does offer later into the game. Not the strongest mid jungle duo though.
Now I wonder if Nisqy's going to pick Sylas into it, because I think G2 Fnatic, he was playing Sylas against the Orianna Lee Sin combo, and I think he opted into that himself, so maybe they want to go for Sylas on 3 Brown, and pick Kaiser into the Thresh lane, similar to game 1, but I think it's a control mage match of something like the Syndra Azir, or it's a Sylas pick.
Have to see where Fnatic decide to go. Orianna is Humanoid's most played this year. 16 games on it, almost a 70% win rate. Fnatic might try and match it in the mid lane. Now, we did see the Zilean banned out yesterday.
True.
Has Nisqy been trying his hand at it? Well, maybe he has, but he's not going to pick it here. Instead, the Sylas is locked in.
Zillion into Orianna is a rough matchup, I can tell you that. The range hurts. Zillion's just a way pure bot at
How's
that point.
Malzahar into Orianna? Just a champ you
It
have
gets
got a
better
lot of
as the game
experience.
He
goes
was
on.
making a joke
Oh.
because of my Malza. Never mind.
You have a
Never
great
mind.
Malzahar.
Yeah.
True.
Anyway, Fnatic taking away ADs, Ezreal banned away. And with the Brown pair up, that's obviously the strongest AD you can pair with the Brown. Maybe they want to take away Varus as well. Take away that kind of lead.
Oh, right, Varus.
Yeah, it's still up, right? So banning
Wow.
ADs, Mad Lions maybe want to take away junglers. But there is, like we said, Viego, Xin Zhao, Trundle, no matter what they ban away, I think he's going to get his hands on an AD jungler.
I think removing Xin, I would personally remove Viego. I think that the champion is just very strong, and if given the opportunity to get resets, can just run away with the game. Personally, I would try and remove that, and I like this Varus ban from Fnatic, because that's what I would expect actually to come out from Kazi. Something that he often defaults to, can often play on the weak side of the map as well, and I think would contribute to the teamfight style that Mad is slowly working their way towards. Wouldn't be surprised to see the blind Gnar once again come out from the Mad Lions, just because of the direction that their composition seems to be going in. They need a little bit more engage, and I think that the Gnar can offer that for the Mad Lions.
Would be a very standard composition from them if they play Orianna Gnar, right? Very classic Mad Lions comfort, and we'll see what Adam wants to counterpick.
Oh, they got a Brahmin.
We haven't seen his Olaf just yet. We've seen his set and things like this, but he will get counterpick anyway, and you expect jungle to be picked up here. Sin's out, Trundle down. Maybe they're going to go Viego. Could go for something else, some kind of AD jungler, but options kind of running out unless you want to go Olaf flex here.
Jarvan is a possibility, and it will be what Bwipo locks in for the jungle. Very gank heavy. We used to see Jarvan's just perma-ganking when it was meta, and it seems like that's what Bwipo wants to do here.
There's not many mobile ADs left. I mean, Kalista could be the only real one left to jump out of the Jarvan ult. Ziggs is another one with his W, and that's what they're going to go for. So this Jarvan pick, it will be good into the Orianna GP. Ziggs can obviously jump away. We'll have to keep our eye on it. I think Bwipo has one game on Jarvan. It was a great game. It was a stomp. Oh! Of course, Cho got straight into the GP.
Wow, okay, so a lot of things to talk about here. Mad Lions, clearly a lot of power when it comes to scaling. They have very good wave clear. They replaced the Ezreal with the Ziggs, but He still
Speaking
has
of
the
Cho.
global ultimate, he still has the ability to just perma-wave close on Mad Lions, have a lot of stalling tools, and they've got a Braum on top of that. Their engage is not the strongest, but playing around objectives when you're relying on the gangplank should be ways for them to start fights.
My only worry for Mad Lions is you're playing double mage into Silas Cho'Gath, I think, and Jarvan as well. I think that you don't have a lot of DPS. You have a lot of burst, but you have a lot of not much DPS. You just have poke and burst, so it will be hard for them to take down this Cho'Gath, I think. But then again, you have a GP ultimate. The problem I see for Mad Lions
big
again
games
is that
for
Silas
today.
can take GP ultimate or Ziggs
Jaguars
ultimate
and
with a Jarvan,
Cowboys
right?
are
So your Jarvan
playing.
ult in, Silas has a Ziggs ult. You're just one-shotted if you have no flash, and none of these champions can get away.
Not really a lot of
other
big
than Ziggs.
games today,
Very
huh?
true. I think the Fnatic have got themselves a pretty solid
Dolphins,
front-to-back
Bengals,
team fight called
Patriots,
themselves.
Giants,
They do have champions that do
Browns,
want to get in your face,
Falcons.
but they have a
Kind
lot
of
of
a bunch of shit
utility.
teams.
They have a lot of scaling, and as you rightly said, their ability to steal away so many of Mad's ultimates.
Yep,
I
next
think we're gonna be
week,
it's
September
gonna be an
9th,
interesting
is
one
when
just because
fucking
it's gonna be a
season
lot more about the
starts.
fights
Let's
and a little bit
go.
less about the side lanes. Will still be
Cowboys and
relevant, but
Bucks.
I'm expecting a lot of contest around the Drakes and the Baron.
Yeah, the only side laners we might see in this game is the GP Silas on side lanes. Orianna side lane is a must when you have 6 on your team.
I mean, Raiders
You're on
Niners
top
Battle
for
of the
sure.
Bay might be a good one. I'm sure
Well,
my
so far we've been hot and heavy
neighbors will be
down
yelling.
with the action. Let's see if we can have another banger. Mad versus Fnatic coming up.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Yeah, I might want with Doran's ring early.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
My desk real quick. Let's get my Poro down
See
here.
Hylissang stepping into the bush armor, looking for the chasers. Kazi is there. No real ability to slow up Hylissang. He will be able to walk away.
Nobody else has
Quick
teleport
words
now.
before
Minions
answering
have
this one.
spawned.
Awesome.
Like, what did you need to change after game 2?
That's a good question, actually. After game 2, I mean, I think game 2 was just level 1, honestly. I don't
Okay.
think there was too much that we needed to change. It's a completely different draft from blue to red side. So it's more just, I think from game 2 we can see that like we can outplay this team in the mid game.
And anything to be mindful about when it comes to the Jarvan pick from Weibo?
Level 2 ganks, level 3 ganks, level 4 ganks.
Alright, as a whole, thank you Ryan, for the distribute, and back to you guys on the Rift.
Onto the Rift we go. We saw a little bit of a skirmish on either side, neither team burning any summoners, all players able to get
That's
back
right.
and
Again, not be able to click on the
HP
map.
as they walk back into their lanes.
Didn't Elyoya start with Q though? And it looks like he's also doing a solo blue buff.
That'll
So
hurt.
yeah, this is going to slow down his early clear. Of course, he will be forced to use a smite on the blue buff given that he is doing solo clear. The question is, will he look for an early level 2 game himself? I'm not expecting this.
Yeah, no, he'll just take W next. Like I said, Smite to blue and then should full clear down towards the bot side. We're doing the same kind of thing in upset. And Hylissang getting push in this lane. Karthik can farm quite a long distance and just looking across the board. I think
I don't think Sion was expecting a Cho.
Nisqy has to trade his HP for the wave, as you see there. To get creeps and to get the push, he has to trade his HP for the wave.
He got too hungry.
Far you go. Armor's level 1, obviously very strong into GP.
This gives time to go for the refillable alongside the Dark Seal here. He's got Biscuits popping in as well as Humanoid tries to trade back onto him, but no corruption potion on Humanoid, so that damage won't be as hefty as perhaps he usually could. The Doran's ring, of course, the extra mana on the Orianna. And the
Oh yeah, they're already talking shit to each other.
helping her out in the lane.
Now, the common thing that you'll see or hear from analysts when talking about Ziggs is he's not really useful as a champion until he gets that lost chapter. His wave clear isn't the strongest. He needs a couple of levels under his belt. Which means that early pro is going to go in the favor of Fnatic. This means that Bwipo is obviously going to be bathing towards the bot side of the map because that will give him safety.
Oh,
The only question is, Elyoya
Wow,
is in the
really
same
smart.
vicinity, so what will
I put it just behind her.
when we look at the chest, will he actually pat back up and miss it? Very low.
He's really trying to force the push here, it looks like. Nisqy's going to have to TP back. One more QW from Orianna.
Oh yeah, she's already fucking trolled out.
And it won't heal him enough through the burst itself. So yeah,
You
Nisqy
can kinda
really
see that.
trying to get the push in mid here. He keeps up mid push and Elyoya that's his bot grab. But now that he's TP'd back, that's as good as gone. I expect Elyoya to move towards the top side of the map.
Towards his blue buff as well, instead skipping it for the moment, goes to that Scuttlecrab. Elyoya will go up towards the top side, hasn't been spotted importantly here, but because Fnatic have the push in the bottom lane, it will be very difficult for the Mad Jungler to contest anything down towards this bot side river.
Yeah, they're trolling out already.
That sight cone. Spotting out the Krugs, they should have
Scryer's bloom.
Sight cone.
the sight cone.
Oh, the good old sight cone, yeah.
Orb of vision. It will
Or did,
indicate the
oh,
Krugs
Rengar?
are, and because
Rengar
the red is
AFK?
dead And the red is dead. They have a pretty clear idea of where Elyoya was, and notice that Adam is respecting the possibility that Elio is on the top side of the map and has secured that top scuttle. So far, pretty safe and easy early game, but now we see Fnatic threatening a dive as Niski leverages the fog. They don't know exactly where Niski is. All they know is that he's not in the mid lane right now.
Yeah, that one ward will spot them out, so that's very lucky. He might be kind of just throw a Q here and just cancel it. It's more tempo for Elio. He's already pretty far ahead. Then they go for it, which now they can't pass. Duffy's gone. Fnatic just doing what they want to do, what they like to do, just pushing in, trade aggressively towards the Raptors.
Yeah, I haven't seen Rengar.
Speaking of trading aggressively, Niski just forcing Humanoid low here. Humanoid down to 250 health for Niski. So it's pretty healthy around the 600, 500 mark now. As the continues to find positive trades, even in a difficult matchup to play.
Both sides pressuring bot and they have a lead. Might be my book.
He'll be okay. He's going to be able to walk away from this one.
Yeah, and just winning on bot for Fnatic, but top side.
Actually, should have gone for her.
The GP because he can kind of outdeal the damage and just sustain in the lane itself, but sustain is the key word. And Armut can win out the majority of trades, have the push, and of course with the push.
Yeah, I'm gonna need some kind of lifesteal now.
Has Elioya been sneaky here? There is a ward on his Krugs. Niski paying respect to the fact that the man jungler could be
Really
on the
wish I was
bottom
sick,
side
man.
of the map and will just back away. Whippo has been spotted on these Krugs by that.
Probably, it already kind of looks like it's gonna be an easy win.
Those junglers are on vision. Elioya. This is the power of Ashe, of course. The whole shot just so strong in the early game to keep track of the enemy jungle.
Yes, very powerful and also make it easier. Enemy jungle is on the top side of the map. Could be an opportunity for Whippo to look for an early Drake if he wants to, and with Adam having his TP up, there's always the possibility of collapse, giving the Cats a TP advantage over Armored as well.
Let's
So
go
Fnatic
for
have a
AP
couple
on this one.
options in this next couple minutes. Herald coming up at 8 minutes and 2 minutes.
That's right, I can't even
They
get
want to
that.
push out bot after having base now, and then move towards the mid top side.
Yeah, I could go for attack speed.
Because if they don't, in isolation, with Armut having the push, I think they're going to be able to secure it for themselves unless Fnatic can find some kind of 3v3. But Adam just used his TP back towards the top side now, so all TPs are down, globals are gone, apart from, of course, Armut with the GP ult. Level 6 is coming through, so we might see a little bit more aggression coming out, the junglers especially.
Can I just say, how slow is this game compared to game 2? Like, at this point we had 10 kills at the 5-minute mark in game 2 here. Both teams just a little bit more patient, waiting for those level 6s, waiting for those first real frays, first real battles as Fnatic will start up on the first round of the game. Kaiser's going to jump in. Of course, he can just jump out with the stand beside me. Whippo going in. There's a cannon barrage as well. Not as perfectly placed as you'd like, but Whippo does have to flash away. TP's coming in as Mad Lions looks for the fight. Flash forward. Sonic Wave hits onto Whippo. The Shockwave will follow it up. Dragon here for Mad Lions as well as Hillesang and Upset have to walk away. Niski looking to come back into this fight, but decides against it. Mad Lions will get a kill and get the first Dragon of the game.
Yeah, very textbook play from Fnatic, pushing on start Dragon, but then Kaiser can just blast code over, put a ward for the TP for Zany carry. It's a 4v4, and on top of that you have a GP ult. Whippo's combo goes wide, doesn't actually connect on the Kaiser, and he doesn't have any damage to actually pressure a kill. Exhaust still up, Whippo forced the flash away, and from there Mad Lions have really good chase.
Armor also securing the top Scuttle Crab, keeping an eye on blue buff to see if anything is happening to it as well, and Mad Lions playing the map very well. I think they're in a position like this, they can only really make this play because the Ziggs has the teleport, so kind of keep tempo in a situation like this because you know you can get back onto the map soon. The Orianna moves down at the same time as the Silas, and this GP ultimate almost acting as a fifth man to provide so much additional damage, allowing Elioya to secure that kill onto Whippo and the first Drake of the game.
Yeah, great flash kick get the first one. And now the bot push will still be in favor of Fnatic to expect to just secure the play.
Hook available for Hillesang. He does hit, but it's onto Kazi instead. Unbreakable coming out from Kaiser. Good satchel. Will knock Upset and Hillesang away, but that was an exhaust burn.
Bad kitty.
Humanoid looking for the plate here. Niski's going to go in, lands the absconder, but not many, but not mana here on Humanoid. Niski finds his way from Sonic Wave, but during the fray. Doesn't have that level 6, has the Cataclysm. The wave here for the Fnatic mid.
Yeah, Solane's going heavily in favor of Mad Lions. Obviously, top lane from the champion itself. We saw a lot of trading in mid early. Niski actually dropping a little bit of creeps here and there to move towards bot side to try and find some kind of fake pressure to push Mad Lions' bot lane off the wave itself. But now here comes the isolation herald of top side. Mad Lions starting it up. Of course, they're winning out on top side because Armor's had the push all game. And Fnatic late to the play. Upset still bot. Hillesang's moving there now, but they're going to be too late.
Yeah, Kaiser will arrive there just a little bit earlier. Humanoid also has the push on mid. Won't have the TP up just in time, so Whippo could look to just try and force the flash out of Humanoid.
Cataclysm available. Humanoid will just have to flash away from this.
I like it a lot. I think the one of the big problems with Orianna is that because she doesn't have a huge amount of mobility currently in her kit, once you get her flash out, it becomes a lot easier to kill. So that's actually an advantage.
Yeah, looks like looking for the trade here as the hook comes down. Whipper going in, remember, no Cataclysm available. Meanwhile, we'll have a look at Upset, who's got the Enchanted Crystal Arrow, and that is why we're there. Arrow coming in, looking for Kaiser, will hit him on the back, and Niski with the chase helps Whippo pick up the kill. Meanwhile, Fnatic now turn their eyes down towards the bottom side. Lego Inferno Bomb used to clear out the way. Flash hook! Wide as past the angle of escape.
Oh, Upset didn't have mana for that arrow, but he had a cookie in his inventory. I think he had one, and he popped it, had the mana, shot the arrow across, and gets Fnatic a kill. Now, with this bot side pressure, look at the vision that they have. Deep wards, pinks, deep into the enemy jungle. Upset, another cannon barrage. Stops his push in this series. He gets one plate as expected. I think he only really would have gone to one plate from that wave.
But props to Bwipo, and again, utilizing his pressure so well, because remember, he just forced Humanoid back. He knew that Elgoya should be on the top side of the map because he just secured the Herald, which means that there's a clear opportunity for him to be able to steal the ball out. Then the side stake him, he's able to score as well, and they're able to find a good shape. Rampage. To assist, also makes a lot of advantage to Hillisang over.
Take him out.
His support counterpart. So really well played there from Fnatic to find themselves some small advantage.
Even though the gold is within about 400 or so here, you see some pretty big discrepancies in terms of CS across these lanes. There's a 23 CS lead for Armor on the top side. In the mid lane, 20 farm ahead for Humanoid as well. You can see Armor going into debt a little bit, obviously. He's taken out a loan, taking out a mortgage with that... oh, what's it called? Futures Market, that's the one. Is able to farm up on that gangplank pretty easy, but he's 1,000 gold ahead of Adam right now. And if you look down towards the bot lane, there's a 400 gold lead for Offset. So it feels like we're going to have this balance of Fnatic's AD carry is really big, but Mad Lion's top lane is really big. The game goes up.
Yeah, top lane I think will be in isolation during the whole laning phase. The reason for that is Bwipo is now level, of course, 7 on Jarvan, has Flash coming up in a second, and both mid and bot for Mad Lions have no summoner. So Bwipo with this Core Drinker should have easy pickings, easy kills. If they can find some kind of commit play with the arrow, he can follow up. It's all about Mad Lions covering it. The reason we see nothing in top is because Adam is as safe as he can be. You can't really die to this gank. You're too tanky and you have sums up. So Mad Lions won't invest resources there because bot will get killed. Similarly for Fnatic, why go top when mid and bot can be great pressure points?
So we've had a bit of a slow early game, a bit of a surprise, but also both teams know that they want a team fight mode. For Armor, this is actually like one of the best early games that he's had on his gangplank. He has been punished a lot, but also during the regular season, he was someone that received a lot of criticism. And now we'll get to see him on something else outside of his Gnar and typical Jason. You can see that during playoffs, he's clearly had a much stronger performance and has been one of the reliable carries of this Mad Lions squad.
Adding in, of course, the positional coach of Visage Hachi as well for the Mad Lions has seemed to really help their top side of the map. Armut
Still yet to see Armut popping, but hopefully one day.
Dreams alive.
Shen as well.
It's Shen.
And we've got the GP of this.
Yeah, we do have the GP for that global presence. But let's see if he uses anything here. Does have the GP ultimate up soon, the TP as well.
And realize this dragon is uncontestable. No summons on carry. It's hard to just walk up and force the 4v4. Everyone has TPs up as well, so Adam can join the fight if he wants to. What's the best play for that line? Is it the new dragon or trying to cross map top? Niski has TP, so they have to be careful. Humanoid can match though. Adam will be fine, but again, he's just going to be denied creeps. So Fnatic with this dragon.
Scott O'Dog misses with this flash cataclysm. Kaiser is on the way. The shockwave coming out. Kaiser there, not quite in time. Humanoid's going to put a shockwave down of his own. Humanoid to kill alive. But he lands the Demacian standard to the base of Humanoid. Whipper takes the kill, and a second follows up for Niski.
Beautiful play from Niski. Gets the Orianna ult, and he R flashes to make sure it hits onto Humanoid. Really good play there from Bwipo as well. To lock down Humanoid with the Q to finish him off. Otherwise, I think Humanoid, there's a world where he could have kited that out and maybe killed them both. But anyway, trying to get 2 kills. Mad Lions, they get top tier 1 though.
They certainly do. So the gold still in favor of Mad. Fnatic.
Oh, that was really mistimed there from Upset. Perhaps a little hasty as Armor underneath the tower will survive. I wonder if that CC chain had connected, whether or not Armor would have been able to keep himself alive through that. Of course, does have the oranges, so perhaps could have got out of the initial stuff.
I do wonder if they expected it to be someone else. If that was Kazi, obviously it's a much harder situation for him to be able to get out of. Activity we're seeing from Fnatic. And I want to go back to that play very quickly because I think that was a situation where Niski and Bwipo read that Humanoid was trying to rotate up towards the lane to assist with the tower speed. They're able to catch in the rotation without that flash. So this is something you see with the Jarvan. Your ability to lock down these low mobility carries in the form of Orianna is going to be deadly as the game progresses and keeping track of your planning.
Yeah, speaking of carry carries, I think, a lot of pressure on Armor to do the most damage. Everyone's building towards Magic Resist. You can see Upset first item, which Adam's on a ward.
Sonic Wave going in, looking for the Dragon's Edge kick back from Elioya. Kaiser on the chase as well. Adam's gonna flash away. Got to close. One more order would be enough to lock him in place. Armor going in with the Bowers and Adam.
Yeah, this works. This works.
Niski there. Madline is going to have to tank up the tower. He may even just execute to this. He will go down. Adam actually gets the kill. Mega Inferno Bomb stolen away. It's Fnatic now. Looks for the play. TP coming in from Madline. Quick before the back. There's the hook onto Armor, but Chase is on. Humanoid joins the fray with the shockwave, with the flash available. Uncertain of course, Arrow is out of volley. There's the ammo. Flashed away from Humanoid survives. The shockwave goes wide. Dodging the hook as well. Niski goes contact up, but no one can hit Humanoid. He's got fancy feet.
Oh man, everyone's dodging everything there. Hillisang, who's got knocked away from it, and then he also fancy feet works the ultimate Humanoid. Actually looked like they were missing. Everyone was kind of sidestepping everything.
Did I eat him? I don't think I... I did eat him.
Sonic Wave goes wide. Kaiser with the Winter Spike going in, but Fnatic are taking this fight. Flashes away from Mad Lions as they look to retreat with the lantern
Still
from
at speed.
Whippo. Whippo keeps getting himself into the most difficult situations, and then a lantern saves him every time. The red buff, the target here, Whippo will secure it.
Mad Lions are bleeding gold in mid and top especially though, so the longer this goes on, the worse it gets.
He continues to trade. The hook from Hillisang finds its mark. Hillisang goes in. Whippo with the chase to play back. Pulls him into the EQ combo, and Kaiser has to dive away. Whippo looking
Oh, that's what I could. Then I could have gone steal.
with a double kill. Whippo taking it up, and Elioya has to safeguard to his wolves to escape. The Fnatic players so near between these two towers.
Holy crap.
Kicked away. Whippo with the stopwatch. Niski will die. Whippo will die as well. It was fancy, but it didn't keep him alive.
Oh.
That was the craziest sequence of events. Remember that started around the Drake when Mad tried to dive bot lane, and then the TP from the Silence into the enemy jungle, into the Whippo counter invade, into the extended fight.
How the fuck did he go? Little fucker.
I would love to see it again, because I'm not sure if he had any vision when he hit cards again. Whippo overcommits.
Gangplank with 8k gold.
Armor just farmed.
He has just farmed.
He was just farming, and that's why he is now so fed and why Mad Lions have such a lead. Also as well, Humanoid I think got a shutdown, which means he is now ahead in gold over Niski, even though Niski has 3 kills and Humanoid only has 1.
Okay, can I just also comment every now and then? I just
enemy
hear
has been
Armor like
slain.
laughing, and I don't understand why. Just every now and then he'll just proclaim a very like loud laugh. It seems like he's having a great time so far in this finals, and he's in a great position on this Gangplank as we approach the 20-minute mark. Mad lead with gold, and then looking to secure themselves another tower.
Hillisang's just farming mid because Niski went to cover top, so the map's in a bit of a weird state right now. But Dragon's up, so Mad Lions are going to shift from top to mid. That's the next wave alongside Nang. Karzi, of course, split up. Wave doing bot has TP before the fight kicks off.
Waiting on them, then Kaiser's just come off cooldown as well, but it looks like Mad Lions are willing to give this one up. Only second Dragon of the game for Fnatic. Mad Lions not in a position to fight. Kazi just base, doesn't want to TP in. And Mad are just going to control the mid lane. There's the TP. Does mean that Niski has a bit of free time in the bottom side of the map to push towards this tier 1.
Maybe a bit of a mistake from Mad Lions there, because Humanoid based for his Mythic. While they tried to move to bot side for Drake, they could have been pressuring top this whole time and taking that top tier 2. I think that's what Humanoid's looking at now. So they're a little bit late to the cross map, but they should be able to pick up this top tier 2
Here we
upset.
go.
Oh, forgot to get scanners on that one.
The knockup does connect. Fnatic could chase in here. Whippo's going to go in with the Cataclysm, but look at the damage. Oh, man. Mega Inferno Bomb coming out as well. Oh, Kazi! Oh, his satchel charged him away from the lantern. Kazi with the perfect W2. Mad a win for his team. Now we see Adam kick back. Hillisang, the new target for Mad Lions. Whippo stun him up with the concussive blows.
Good.
Mad
Smart.
Lions get 3 kills in the mid lane and a tier 2 in the top.
Yeah, now it's all Fnatic trying to find Arbor, trying to force this flash, trying to force him back, but then you can see the amount of zone control they have with the GQ and the Zigzals, all of it connects. MVP of the fight is Karzi with that little rubber ducky.
It's
Stopping the lantern.
That little rubber ducky.
sees Shockwave, and she moves Nisky closer to Humanoid, but Kazi is on his way. Phase Rush will be enough movement speed for Humanoid to get away.
That's a big investment though from Nisky, committing the flash. Bit of desperation there as he tries to get something back. He thinks that he can find himself a good 1v1, but the gold lead just continues to mount for Mad Lions. And ooh, the flank coming in from Nisky. He's trying to get a pick onto Armor, but does he? I don't know if he wins this.
Whitworth behind though, so he can EQ ult. Armor has no flash. They know is he gonna base? Is he gonna base?
Hit him with the remote as well. That's a big team he invested, but let's have a look. No, we're really replay of this. So the arrow comes down onto Armor. He's going to orange that. He's doing everything he can. It looks like the Fnatic's in two minds here.
Singing it didn't work. Sad Ben.
Right there, interrupting. Beautifully played.
An enemy has been slain.
And then it ends up giving the kill
There you
over
go.
to Armor to then the flanking. Meanwhile, Humanoid doing what Humanoid often does, and he's split pushing in a top lane, secures himself
I
another
do need to
tower
get the
for
seal.
the side of
Thanks. Get my next item.
See Adam emotionless after that play. Not currently.
I was
on
just trying to
the
stack on
side
minions.
this game, at least 6,000 gold now the lead for Mad Lions. They take this, they are one game away from the repeat championship, one game away from joining only Fnatic and G2 as two-time LEC champions.
And like we showed earlier, Mad Lions have never lost a domestic best of 5 ever this year. And
An
the only
ally
best of
has
5 they
been
lost was the
slain.
dumb one.
5 games.
And the biggest thing is, we've saw people
Nah, nah,
saying
nah,
on
nah.
social media and stuff like this, is Mad Lions a
Enemy
top 4 team? I
double
think that's the
kill.
biggest question. How strong just are Mad Lions? But
Killing
everyone kind of
spree.
doubts them. And I think that this game also showcases how well they're playing around every
Shut
different
down.
lane.
I mean, what's crazy is it was Mac in the pregame
An
interview
enemy
sat there
has
and
been
said,
slain. Double
we think
kill.
our mid game is just better. They said that they showcased it in game 2, that they can play the mid game better, they're smarter, and how they approach the fights as well. And I think we saw a brief glimpse of it here, where Fnatic tried to overforce a fight. Whippo got a little too hungry to try and make something happen, and then Mad are quick to punish it. And look what they got off the back of it. The tier 1 and mid, the mid on top, they got a bunch of kills, and Mad like ballooned this gold lead massively.
I'm just gonna mute this fucking stupid ass. Yeah,
That's all
just
the
gonna
pros are
mute.
saying as well. Mad Lions mid game is the best in the league by far. You see it here, just playing.
Humanoid put it in a slightly different way, saying everyone else doesn't know how to play mid-game.
Okay, that's another way to say it.
We'll see if Mad Lions
Seriously.
can around this Baron than Fnatic did in game 2. Of course, Elioria was there for the steal. This time, Whippo in the right position has the smite.
Ash Arrow.
Ash Arrow available as well. 4,000 HP on the Baron.
Whippo can steal
Mad,
this.
Kaiser's going to block the arrow. Whippo can go in. 2,000 HP now on the Baron as Kaiser goes down. Whippo goes in, but is taken by Humanoid, and Whippo pays for his greed with his life. And Mad Lions will get it 4 members strong. They'll walk out with the Baron.
Yeah, Fnatic might get a mid-tier 1 for this as well. Dragon spawning in 50 seconds. Kaiser should be up for that, but 1 member for Baron's always going to be worth it. Let's see what Fnatic can do. Let's get a little bit of tempo on the map right now.
Oh,
The world when they get to the fray. Baron buff still 2.5 minutes on, of course.
hey.
Fnatic walking away.
That Baron definitely looked dangerous. Ooh, 56%, a lot of confidence, but also a lot of
An
doubters.
enemy has been
Some people not
slain.
having that same level of confidence in the
An
Mad
ally
Lions.
has
Still
been
a long
slain.
series left to go. Perhaps if we asked that same question about Fnatic, we'd get a different answer. And it's Humanoid getting locked up.
Shockwave comes out from Humanoid, but he's down to no HP. Shut down there for Adam. Elioria going in as well. Good knock up from Adam. Nisky doesn't really have anywhere to go. Flashes across the wall, but Armor chases him. Nisky heals up with the Kingslayer. Elioria going in. Adam's going to get the knock up once again, and Whip was looking for a repeat and a repeat and a repeat. Elioria, the arrow, not quite going to connect. Adam able to walk away. Hiddleston going in. Whip flashes forward. The Catacomb coming out as well, and with the Lantern. Upset can now put the damage down, but Kaiser blocks it with the wall. Adam still trying to do what he can from the side. Whipper once again going in. Gore Drinker will heal him up, but he's in the
Like,
midst
dude,
Oh,
of
who
all.
hurt you,
Lions
brah?
Flash away from Upset. No mana now on the AD carry, and Kaiser flash forward with the wind
Shut
despite the
down.
slow. Elioria will chase down one. Upset's dead as well. And Fnatic just forced so much into that fight.
Good great patience from the Mad Lions as well. They took their time. They knew that the longer this fight went on, they would be able to with
Double kill.
time, but he got up from Adam.
Yeah, a lot of people might be wondering, why is Fnatic overworking here? Why does Whippo keep going in? Well, the waves are in horrendous states. Bot wave stacking, mid wave under tier 2, top wave stacking. Mad Lions have Baron. second they set up with Ziggs, those towers are dead. They have so much zone with Ziggs or GP or Duran. So the second the siege comes in, Fnatic have to force. And with a 1-for-1 initially, maybe just forcing 4v4 is good. Whip over by time. In the end, Fnatic don't have enough damage.
TP Cannonball coming out as well. Niski going in, they're looking for Elioya. Great hook from Hillisang. Maybe he was looking for Kazi, but the shutdown comes down, and now Elioya, the new target. Shockwave pulls Niski back. There's 2 free kills to Mad Lions. Armor taking up the tower as well. He's looking for Buffer, but he can't quite get close enough.
All the waves are pushing in, and Fnatic are just trying to weather the storm by trying to find engages, and they're going to do it. Karzi's dead. Maybe they'll lose this boss here too, but if they can get around the map and clear the waves, they should be in an alright spot. 2-for-1, not the best, but it's slowing the game down. Elioya pushing in mid. Maybe he can pressure this bot, this mid tier 2. Sorry.
Exactly that. Elioya keeping the pressure up elsewhere. While Adam and Upset are trying to wave clear in this bot side of the map, Elioya should be able to get something off the back of it, but Fnatic will be looking for a fight.
Elioya will get the mid tier 2, and it looks like Fnatic will have to back away.
Got him on the top. Name.
9,000
An ally has been slain.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is for Fnatic, if you didn't do these engages, you probably would have lost a lot more. Mid tier 2 on a Baroned up Ziggs or on a GP when they're ahead with so much zone control, it's not bad yet. But now they can actually hold through a jungle and they have some kind of pressure on the map where they're actually first to the river.
Also, a matter of Mad side and fight. Mad looking for that pick, and I feel like the Fnatic in that situation, hey, they're trying to engage onto us with the Baron rather than see if the more kills we get, the easier our base defense ultimately becomes. So, Fnatic obviously taking a slightly riskier fight, but when you think back to the position that Mad was in last game, sometimes that is just the best play that you can make.
Hillisang looks good. For this fight, Elioya, third highest gold in the game, more than anyone on Fnatic right now.
Pirate be full of plunder.
Yeah,
I would say. Treasure to bury for this game. This is very good.
The rise of Arsenal. Going in from then every single player point of carry from Mad Lions.
Too many. Way too many.
Have been slain.
Skeptical about what he could blind pick, and obviously his Gangplank performances, I don't think have really been on him. The early games have not panned out the way that he wanted them to, but this time around we're really getting to see what he can do. He's very strong, he's playing the early game very well. 4 items now completed, 26.5 minutes in. The Drake is spawning in about 2 minutes time, the Baron in 1 minute. I expect a big fight to happen between these two teams with the comps in the draft.
And it's so important that Armor had a good game this game, because if he was shut down, there's no real AD threat on the side of Mad. Like, yes, Lee Sin can put a bit of damage down with the Sterex, with the Gore Drinker, but really, that Gangplank is the physical damage for this team. You can see Fnatic itemizing towards Magic Resist as well. Wit's End completed first on Upset. Force of Nature complete on Adam as well.
Yeah, we talked about who the carry had to be from the DPS side. It's really only Armut. These
It's fine. I don't care.
With the itemization, but Armut and Elioya pulling all the weight that they so desperately needed to do. And yes, Fnatic has this full combo of taking away Ziggs, but now Mad Lions have all their flashes that just came up, so Fnatic still trying to force them. They see Armut and Mad and Humanoid on the side lane. They can't get onto it. They have to find something. Straight 5v5, it's just over.
So going forward, there's a satchel to knock him back as well. Dragon up in 50 seconds. Niski's pushing in the top wave, does have TP. You can see Armor trying to get some pressure down towards the bottom side. The collapse is available, as you say. Fnatic to the inside jungle. Niski's on his way. Good position, he is on the ward right now. We're trying to come in from the side as well, but Mad is split. Instead, Fnatic decide they do not want to take the fight. Armor, level 17. 3 levels ahead of Adam right now.
Upset is bot lane though, so if they start up this Baron, he has the whole map to walk across. They were pinging it, but it looks like they might just back off. Now Fnatic absolutely zero vision. One orb in the pit that needs to be pinged for, needs to be sweeped. Otherwise Fnatic know exactly what's happening.
Again, we don't have a lot of vision in there. TL Yuri eyes are open.
Arrow coming in, it hits onto Spicer, he puts down the Unbreakable. Knock-up coming out from Adam. Fisher used. Anna Barrage coming out to make that foot back in front of one used as well as Elioya continues to push up the knock-up goes wide, ever boss didn't get the root. Niski steals away the Glacial Fisher for himself as Armor continues to step in.
I was thinking about it, but
Upset there. Upset no mana now with line set up around the back.
Yeah, 3 big ultimates. Brown, that's a lot of zoning control away from Mad Lions. If Fnatic can base and get the something, increase their He's thinking about it. There's not enough. No one's around. Upset's going only one way.
Has destroyed Your team has destroyed an inhibitor.
yeah, I'm just gonna report this fucking Ashe, dude. She's just fucking so toxic, bro. I want to see how much I did there, because that's had been crazy damage.
Upset exhausted, the arrow connects, but Kaiser and Humanoid still on the chase. Grippo comes back from the GA, Upset forced underneath his inhibitor tower.
It's either Yaz or Echo. I go for the Yaz.
Armor on the chase, the barrels connect. Niski tries to dodge away, but he's slowed with
I'm
the
okay with
Sorodas
it.
and with the barrels, and there's no way away for this Silas. Everfrost will get the root. Perhaps there is a way. Niski just trying to delay Mad Lions for as long as possible. Bwipo's catching the wave in the mid lane as well. And the longer Niski can keep Mad Lions interested, the longer it takes for them to take the Baron.
Exactly that, Medic. Right now, Fnatic is just trying to buy time. Look, 20 seconds until Upset is alive, 10 on Adam, and he has the teleport available to him. So there is a world where Fnatic can actually contest this objective, but Humanoid is trying to follow Bwipo.
Like, just so fucking toxic, bro.
Bwipo just has to dodge away from Humanoid. The ball's gonna spot him. Can he eke you out?
Why would Bwipo ever dodge away when he can dodge in? The shockwave comes out, Bwipo dies.
Yeah, it doesn't eke you away. He knows he's gonna get chased down. Hylissang was on the way, so I thought there was a world where he can, try to use his combo to get out. He's gonna try to stop Humanoid here, but he's alone. Has to be a bit careful. There's a world
This
where
guy
maybe
was
he just tries to go
hate
away and get
speech.
Lantern, but anyway, this fight was basically inevitable because Fnatic have to get some kind of vision. They think the poke's too much, so the second they see a pick, they just go for it. So there's a fight topside, but that shockwave on top of the GP ult just one pops Hylissang. Adam's all alone, so he gets melted down. And Elyoya has GA. If that was a 1-for-1 and Hylissang dies, of course, then maybe there's a world where Fnatic can fight it out as 3 members. But no, the second Elyoya has GA, it's over. It's a 5v3. Fnatic split up to escape. Upset dies, Niski gets chased down, and now Mad Lions with Baron can start the siege.
What was crazy to me was how they utilized the GP ultimate and the Ziggs ultimate to help Elyoya on the top side skirmish while they were still fighting in the bottom side of the map. Now the ultimate comes through, it's not going to connect onto anyone. Mad continue with the siege.
TP flank here from Adam.
Really far.
It's a long way to the fight, but here comes Adam trying to chase out Kazi. Armor the target, the shockwave hits, and Bwipo's dead before he can even use his Cataclysm. And Elyoya diving onto the backline as well, trying to look at 2 Upset. Armor's already got a double. Adam next on the menu for the mad top laner. Elyoya in a 2v1 goes legendary, gets himself a double. Mad Lions
Let's see.
get the clean ace, and this will be game 2 to the reigning champs.
Yeah, it's non-stop desperation plays from Fnatic. They have to start the fight before the siege comes in. You see it again with the second Baron buff, and it doesn't work out this time. They're just
It's
waiting
GG
for
on that one.
18,000 gold
Is it
lead
2-2 now?
for Mad Lions. Adam's TP play, you have to respect it. He's just too far away. The second that Fnatic tried to engage on one side, Mad
Are they going
Lions
game
just took
5?
that angle and Adam
Damn.
has no impact. And yeah, great performance.
I think the biggest shift we saw in this game was the fact that Mad decided to just play a scaling teamfight comp, and Fnatic decided to match them. And they both said, okay, what we'll do is we'll play a slower early game, we'll cross map, we'll trade objectives, and we'll look to fight around Drakes and Baron. And I feel like that Mad just played the mid game better. They were way more patient. They picked their fights more.
Holy shit, by
they found
18,000
better
gold,
picks,
that's a
and
huge
this
fucking
Gangplank was never really
difference.
punished at any point in the game.
Exactly, the GP was in pure isolation, and it was scaling and winning the lane, and it was something that Mad Lions could always play for, but Fnatic just couldn't find big enough leads in bots to leverage the fact that top matchup's in isolation. So going into the mid game, they were already behind. Fnatic have to force fights to try to get some kind of lead, some kind of tempo on the map, because Mad Lions can always play on 2 lanes, and in the end, Mad Lions just punish them.
And you think about that Ashe arrow, what's it going to hit, Braum or the GP? And every time it did, it never resulted in a big fight.
It was a very difficult pick there for Upset. Couldn't make the Ashe work. Mad Lions are now just 1 win away from back-to-back LEC titles. And we'll look ahead towards Game 4 in just a few minutes. Don't you go anywhere.
That's fine. For some reason, my Windows bar is in front of my other bar. Does it do it in this screen too? Yeah, it does. Huh.
Wrap it up. It's not a sport.
This bar needs to be behind. Toolbar, address link, nope. Search.
Not a sport?
Who
gives a shit?
Images, Cortana.
Welcome back to the LEC. Get ready for the match of the week with the
Show keyboard button. There's a keyboard button.
The systems are overloading. We can't risk another game.
We need to take a break and regroup.
We're starting to lose our mind, Captain. We cannot go back to Elo Hell. Last time it took us months to
Show
get out.
history.
Break protocol.
Hurry up!
Oh. That's a cool button to have. Actually, don't care for it, but cascade window, show window stats, show window side by side, show desktop, task manager, lock all taskbars, taskbar settings. Show taskbar on all displays, which is fine, but oh, interesting. And I do want it to show my taskbar in all displays. I just don't want it to be like on top, you know, of the windows. I always ban Shaco because fuck Shaco. Yeah, I started doing a lot of like no, those are two. In tablet mode? No, there's no tablet mode. Oh. Could probably go top, but just in case he's support, I don't know if I really want to go Cho. Actually, it's fine because I can still poke him down, and then my ADC can really just rail on him. Lock taskbar. No, ultimately hide the taskbar in default mode. Use small taskbar button. I guess it's automatically hide. Yeah, I guess we can do it that way. Interesting. Do the same things. Yeah, it's fine. I guess I'll do that for now, but I think that'll be a little bit weird. Anyway, so Zyra support. Yeah, we're still good with it. kind of leaning towards having a little extra
Welcome back,
defense.
everyone, to the LEC
Because I think it's going to be a
studio.
little
The
bit
Mad Lions, they came here
cringe
tonight
with that
to
thing,
hunt
but I
for
think we'll be
their
okay.
second title, and they are now on match point. They are going strong. G2 have
We'll
ruled
be
them
alright.
for so long, so have Fnatic, but now the Mad Lions say it's time for our back-to-back. They're not there yet, though, but again, in Game 3, we see a very different approach.
Yeah, I think Mad Lions came in as soon as we got all those global mid laners off the board. They're like, let's draft strong scaling, let's draft really strong team fighting, and I think that
Yeah, dude, these three are gonna,
realistically,
these three are
that
gonna get
has to favor
fucked.
Mad Lions. If they can remove all
Unless
those
this guy's
champions that can
camping,
cause
they're gonna
chaos
get
in the game,
fucked.
you take it back to
This guy
the
can
round of
potentially also
7,
get
Mad
fucked if
Lions
I
will be
make him
so
miss
slow.
his shit.
Let's take a look at this bot lane crazy action fight, because I think both teams try to stabilize a lot, but it is in the nature of both of them to keep going for these opportunities.
Yeah, I mean, Fnatic had honestly a pretty decent read in this game, and I think they had a lot of good fights, and Hylissang found some nice hooks, and this is just a classic Fnatic now. They get some really good picks and really deep in the jungle, and then like actually let's just go for more.
This is, it's problematic for Fnatic at times too, because here you're taking a lot of momentum. You have Adam pushing in the top and it looks good, and then two of your players are going way too deep in the enemy's opposite side of the jungle. Elyoya, Armut are there to be able to punish. The bot lane is nowhere to be found, and this is something we've seen throughout the day, is some disjointed decision making from Fnatic.
I do also want to call out this top lane matchup. You mentioned it just in Armut versus Adam. And in this series, it feels like Adam has not had the similar impact that he had that, you know, awarded him Rookie of the Split, as we saw versus G2 last time around. What is your read on that, Treats?
I think Armut has been stepping up a lot in this series, and I think it's really cool that he's playing GP as well as his blind pick. I think that's not something that he's done before, and he's just really outperforming Adam in the series. And I think it's not only Adam playing bad, it's also the team is not really giving him a lot of resources in the series.
100%, especially like with the Cho gap, you know, they're always going to be playing towards the bottom side of the map in this last game, and it feels like Adam doesn't have or isn't willing to show champions that can actually just stomp this GP in lane, right? Like the set was a decent option that we saw get some fights around the top side of the map, but again, you reach a certain point where Set leaves top lane trying to make plays, and Armut just goes up tons of CS in game number 2. So I feel like if he's able to consistently get champions like this in the top side, it's a really good matchup for Armut to be able to scale into the late stages of the game.
Yeah, I think especially his GP was commendable in this one, and Embers wanted to take a closer look at one of the fights that he's been, I think, celebrating of the Mad Lions, but specifically in this game.
Exactly. And I think this comes down to some smart drafting from Mad Lions, because we see them with a composition that punishes you when you dive in too deep, right? Ziggs bombs, the Gangplank, the Braum, all these champions want to kite back in fights, while Fnatic want to dive in for you. And you're going to see one of the problems with a champion like Jarvan. He wants to go super deep into these fights.
Nice.
The rest
Good
of the
job.
team can't follow up so well off of it. So you'll see right off the bat, you got 4 players of Fnatic in the mid lane, 2 players of Mad Lions not in the area. So Fnatic want to fight, they want to force with an Ash Arrow here. Come on, give me a little play. We got it. You'll love to see it. So coming out of the fog of war, Bwipo and Hylissang are here to punish Armut, and you land a nice knock-up, but here's the problem. You're in this super tight choke point. Bwipo, so far away from the rest of the team. Look at the distance between him and the backline. Upset is nowhere to be found. Your mid laner is down in the bot lane, so the damage here is a little bit far away, and Armut flashes away from that initial combo from Bwipo. But here, you say, okay, Bwipo's in deep. It's a little bit hard to follow up off him. We have Thresh. He can Lancer out to safety. Not so fast. Look at this sucker right here. Instantly can interrupt your escape on fight. And you see all the AoEs, the Braum ult in the passive.
Oh, I didn't have enough mana for my E. That's a sad panda situation.
Perfect example of this composition absolutely punishing what Fnatic want to do. Then you have Elyoya already in the top side jungle, can roam on down, get a couple of extra kills on the back half of it as well. It just goes to show that Mad Lions had a really good plan in draft and executed on it well in game.
Yeah, that was very nice. And I also think it shows how much these little...
Yeah, I just ran out of mana. That sucks. That should have been a kill. In any other situation, that would have been a kill. They both used their heal. I mean, they were smart about it too. Oh, that could have been a kill too. If you just stayed a little longer.
I was hanging out, you know, before the show. Chat gets it.
If I was in range sooner, would have been a kill.
Let's take stock of everything we've seen. I think we've seen, you know, mechanical outplays from your side. We've seen that aggression, even in controlled games, is important. It's about when you pull the trigger. And I think the consensus is that Fnatic have been a bit too overzealous at times. but it's Mad Lions that are on match point.
I think it's Mad Lions moving
Nice.
behind.
Nice.
Even in game 2, when they fell behind exceptionally early on in the match, they were able to find fights and fought back. Fnatic looking to join the time into errors as well, and also pressuring too deep. These are problems that we knew existed with Fnatic, but finally starting to pile up here, and Mad Lions sees every single opportunity to punish their mistakes. That's what's so damning here.
Yeah, it looks like Mad Lions are just too good in these team fights. Like, I don't know how they can have close team fights, 10k goal behind, and when they're up, it looks
Fucking
so
poison.
effortless. But for Fnatic, it also looks like they're pretty good games, but it's just not quite there.
And this is not a comfort zone. We got 3-0 on Fnatic, and we had 5 games
You
out
know
of
what?
Fnatic.
Let's
Now
start with
they're
that
in
seal.
Game 4. We know that they have the resiliency to bring these things back. We've seen it time and time again from Fnatic in
and
the
we go
slower
a minute.
bracket run. But give me the win conditions. What are the most important things for Fnatic to bring this to a Game 5?
I think it has to start with them having a bit less of this trigger
that's
that
fine.
they have, like when they just go super ham. I think if they get a goal lead, even if it's kind of small, they can still just take it back, just chill a bit, and then play it from there. I think they have to stop with these over-aggressive plays. That's my first point, at least.
Yeah, knowing when to stop, and then I think if you're going to look at the draft as well, we need Adam to be able, right? Either it's on champions like the Camille that can find a lot of pressure inside lane, playing off a global mid laner, or roaming towards mid lane. He needs to be able to have some kind of impact. There's a lot of different options for him to do that, but we need him to be
Yeah, I can't be taking all that damage.
And then if we see these
Much as I want to think I'm a fucking strong ass tank, I'm not that strong right now.
better scaling options, because the game will be a little bit slower.
I gotta
than
scale
we're
it.
necessarily comfortable with, and Mad Lions are going to have those excellent scaling tools to fight back against you, and you need to be able to.
I saw something there.
Fnatic's going to be on blue, so I suggest we pull up the last time they were on the blue side in Game 2. The game is at Game 1.
This response
Also,
time is super
talking
slow.
about, you know, maybe top lane, a bit of a change there. Of course, global is still an issue. What are some of the adaptations
I was like,
for this?
did not meant to do that, but
Yes, this actually
hopefully
works.
you got it.
Well, I think that the fact they're able to get thresh bait is huge, and I think that Mad Lions may end up banning that out and just giving the thresh over. I haven't been super scared by Hylissang's thresh. Has had some good hooks, but I think Hylissang might want to try something more in the vein of
Yeah, I agree. I think PS is definitely a map that won't be open. I think the bot side of the map was pretty nice for Fnatic, I would say, just because of the karma from Kaiser. I don't know much of that either, so I think it will be a bit more well-rounded comp from both sides, and it will be like a skill thing, I think. This one was kind of a one-sided draft from Fnatic, I would say.
Yeah, one-sided in Game 2. I think pretty one-sided in Game 3. Let's see what we get in Game 4. The Mad Lions, they can see the LED on the right. Fnatic are on celebration. A Game 5 and so
Boo. Actually didn't need it. Don't just stop there, brah. You're gonna get yourself killed. I know, I was a little too eager to get killed. That's on me. But that's on you for not doing what you're supposed to do there. So this one gives me mana. Upon leveling up, restore 20% of my mana over 3 seconds. Let's finish it then. We're LEC more! Not really. No! Walk too far. Okay. As much as I enjoy Z Techno, can't have that music on my dang, or I'll still call it and say I'm a terrible human being for stealing music that I didn't need to play. I still have the LEC, LCS on my background though. Ooh. Oh, 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 ow, 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 ow. Yeah, I can't go that ham. As much as I want to. I can't go that ham. Too much ham. It's a fatty ham. The ham is fatty. Aww. Ooh, good job.
An enemy has been slain.
Ooh, I'm like, well, actually, we can stall. We can stall on it, actually. Ah, no. I kind of want to stall on it because I do want to be able to use my ult on that fucking dragon. Double hit! Ooh, I can even use it on a Twitch. Time to go ham. All in ham mode! Oh. The worst thing would be if me going ham mode and not being able to use my mana. No bueno! Ow! You big hobbits. Damn, they are really actually hitting me more. Those fucking vines are starting to really poke at me. It's all about vines, isn't it?
An enemy has been slain. Double kill.
Nice, good job. Just need one more, but well, it's fine. What is 20 pesos?
Enemy rampage.
Got the power. I have the power. Oh, let's not get cheesed out by another EDC because I forget to switch my freaking lights. Jackasses, tell me.
Your turret has been destroyed.
No, turret! That's the downside to having it over there, is that I kind of blocks my view of my map. Oh, if it was low enough, I would have gone in, but he's not ready. Yeah, that's back into my fucking view. Damn, that still hit? That's not supposed to hit.
An ally has been slain.
Chop. Ah, the sludge. The sludge master. Josephine, I tried. Why is my fucking Cho not running?
Turret plating will fall soon.
Woo!
Unstoppable.
One more!
An enemy has been slain.
Boo.
Is dominating.
Boo. 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 Ooh, they went with the rock hound
Feel
this time?
confident in. I expect Armut to match with Nar, but for now, maybe match support, pick Diego up, pick Sinzao up. I think there's a lot of options both these teams had with these mid laners taken off the board.
So many options here through the draft, but the
Your
LeBlanc
turret has been
coming out. We saw
destroyed.
that ban out in
Shut
game
down.
3. Alongside that, we'll see what Mad Lions decide to do. As you say, support a possibility. Jungler also open here for him.
We might have to see a bit of adaptation. Really see silence get rise. We've seen a Cassio here and there, we've seen a LeBlanc. This game we can't take Cassio into the ball. I think he's going to run back to silence, but I think sometimes Lysandra here could do really well with Xin Zhao, get some good jungle priority, a lot of engage, a lot of dive, a comp that kind of rounds itself out together. Is whether they want to opt in to it.
This is 100% the Irelia mid lane. It's a big skill matchup, but Iski is feeling confident. I'm pretty sure, I don't know if we've seen his Irelia in playoffs, but I've definitely seen it Niski's Irelia before, and I know that he is confident on the champion. The question is, will he be able to pull it off against humanoids LeBlanc, currently perceived to be the best mid laner in EU? He is given a champion with so much agency. A lot is going to come down to this mid lane matchup.
Both junglers need to hover around mid. Anyone who gets a side lane push needs to come mid as well, because this mid lane matchup is really explosive. Obviously, LeBlanc has a lot of kill pressure onto Irelia herself, but in an isolated 1v1, I think Irelia can start to contest the push and go a little bit more aggressive.
But look at this, the Renekton answer as well. We know that Renekton is often used as an answer into the Irelia. Imagine if Mad Lions do something crazy and they roll swap. They put Armut into the mid lane on the Renekton.
3 of
and they
5,
actually
what am I
send Shumaran
missing?
up towards the top side.
Vygar, Grace.
Winning matchup. Again, that's further in the future. We'll see how this draft rounds out as Mad Lions start to remove some more champions from the list.
Yeah, getting rid of some of those top laners. Fnatic removing perhaps one of the strongest AD carries on the patch. We'll say this Irelia played twice by Niski so far in season 2021. He won against G2, and he lost against Mad Lions the last time he played against 7-6 and 6. Ended up losing all the way back in spring. There are the respect bands to Adam in the top lane. Olaf and Darius taken away. This still removed by Fnatic. Now an AD carry pick you have to expect from that.
Is it an Ezreal pick up again for Karsa, you think? Even though you can pick support, you're allowed to pick AD.
Hello,
You get a lot of
is
value
it
out of
me
picking
you're
support now.
looking
I
for?
think they could. The only downside here is if you do pick Ezreal, you can match it with a Kai'Sa, perhaps from upset. We've seen his Vayne as well, but I think with LeBlanc that'll be quite difficult. But no, they're just going to match Leona into Rakan. Makes a lot of sense. This champ really, really strong right now. Done well.
Zaya still open, though. You have to think that Fnatic bot lane would be very strong. Zaya recovered with duo, but also the ability to feather storm away from CC. Pick some cleanse as well if you want.
What?
So much safety on the bottom lane.
I like the pick, especially into what Mad Lions drafted.
I just fucked up because I didn't put this thing here.
It's going to be a very strong 2 versus 2
Damn,
lane, but
okay.
Fnatic can look to play around. If Niski is able to get advantages in the mid lane,
I need to take
he
that
can
out
really
of the way
use that
because it's
pressure
just
to
not
hold down bot
working
lane
for me
inside
right
the
now.
dives, as we are seeing the safe topside AP damage come out from Adam with the Mordekaiser.
Yeah, Fnatic all cards on the table here. Mad Lions rounding it out with the Ezreal
Let's go
as
ahead and go for
expected.
this now.
And we've got
As
a
I have this thing
Mordekaiser
for
all
8
the
power,
way down to Renekton
power
as well in
scale,
isolation
this for
against
actual
6. I
AP
think the
power.
all-in potential from Mordekaiser when he has things like Bramble Vest will be in a great spot. But against LeBlanc, Ezreal, a lot of poke, a lot of disengage will be hard. Of course, I think a key thing to look at here is if Humo dashes forwards on LeBlanc and Adam
Let's go
drags
ahead
him
and
into
go
the
top.
Ezreal, as he dashes forward, there's a world where
They totally actually take on that fucking set.
good 1-3-1 if you want to opt into it. Similar kind of story for Mad Lions, where instead of having so much dive like Rakan and Irelia, you have Ezreal LeBlanc who either want to poke and peel or peel back.
Dragon's gonna be gone.
Scaling this time, I think it's going to be a lot more about
An
looking for
enemy
early
has been
skirmishes,
slain.
rotating and setting up for dives, and it's going to be about who can find that early game lead. This mid jungle is going to be
Shut down.
in game 4 on Mad.
An ally has been
A win
slain.
here for Mad makes them the champion once again this year of the LEC. Fnatic, if they win, they can take us to a game 5.
Fnatic have 12 finals, Mad have 1. Fnatic have 7 titles,
ally has been
Mad have
slain.
1. Of course, times change.
Enemy
Come on, turn around.
The organization stayed the same, and the question is now, can the Mad Lions continue to establish their dominance in the LEC? From spring to summer, they are looking to carry over their title, become only the 3rd ever back-to-back team
God damn it.
to win LC and LEC titles. Let's see if they can do it.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
The fuck? You have full health, you jackass! Oh my god, such a jackass, dude.
No, they haven't seen that. That's around the corner. They do not actually going to spot them here, I think, now. And they should get out.
Unfortunately, I didn't get to eat him, but that gives me a little boost to my Now I get to eat him. Ah, no, no, no. Oh, I finished this.
Maybe thought that they would stay around, and it's hard for them to face it. I mean, actually, you have to take away your own red buff, and they have information.
Ah. That panda.
Campbell doesn't actually have to push, and really hard to gank, you expect.
The good news for Elyoya is Bwipo is also pathing from bot to top. Actually, I guess he's starting as red. He's going to do a top side clear and then path back down towards that bot scuttle where he does have prior.
The only worry I have here is if Armut fast pushes top like he has been doing quite a lot in this series, then there's a world where he actually dies to a level 3 gank from Bwipo. He's stacking away for now, so a lot of volatility, like you talked about, Betty, in the draft, especially
Bwipo actually saved Smite on the first camp as well. He hasn't used his Smite yet. Maybe was expecting a fight around his move up and so was holding on to it.
Ooh.
So I will say, I'm a little surprised to see Nisky running the Doran shield. Of course, it does offer a lot of health and it does need to sustain matches, but typically you'll see things like the corrupting crush, especially against damage there from Upset. But typically you see the corrupting crush, especially like the block, because as a melee, you have to trade HP in order to gain some control and control the lane. Now that he's at level 3, he does have some more trading power, but a little surprised.
Both junglers do the exact same thing. They path to opposite sides, but now they're going to path back to opposite sides because they realize the prio lanes. Bwipo path top, realizes bot has to push, he backtracks to bot side. Elyoya path top, he's going to backtrack to bot side. Probably secure this. Before Bwipo even gets into the river, he's forced to go back top side.
Going that way. Top side. That will be an early crab for Elyoya, just a little bit ahead of Bwipo.
Lucky bot wave, because I think that's probably pushing into them, and that's why, yeah.
Hold it.
Looks like the crab is taking on Bwipo. He's now working his way towards the top side, and that means Manlines are going in the bottom. Upset's going to get caught out, flash in, jump in from Kazi. They look to put the damage down. Ignite still available for Hillers and Flash.
Actually, I guess his passive's gonna kick in, so it should be fine.
Towards the bottom side. Kaiser the first target. Kazi going to try and get away. Doesn't have the flash. Doesn't have the heal. Nisky here to join the fray. Flawless duet. Flawless stun. First blood Fnatic.
Oh, so much fighting on both these side lanes and great mechanical execution from both sides.
I'm actually not even gonna hit it. I'm gonna try to eat it. Ah, he even smit early. Damn it.
The most important thing here is just when we look at the replay, how well Upset uses his cleanse. Hang on. TP top. Yeah, they're going to match it.
Your team has destroyed
I should have froze him. I was just scared that my freeze would actually kill him.
The problem is, he loses the wave.
Ay, ay, ay.
With Upset's cleanse is that he doesn't cleanse Kaiser's stun initially because he knows the second he cleanses the stun, Kaiser's going to drop Ignite and there's a world where he dies there.
Yeah, and I think the initial engagement is good, but I was surprised that Kaiser and Kazi hard committed to this engagement. Good knock up there from Hillesang, and it was this play because Kaiser puts himself underneath the tower, and then this is the second that the TP comes through. Really good positioning from Irelia further back in the lane to be able to set this one up.
It was a great play because Kaiser Q-flashed and instantly ignited after Upset cleansed. It was such a cool stare down between the bot lanes. In the end, like you said, Nisky picks up the kill. Now the lanes are in a weird state here because Humanoid invested his TP top, so he wants to stay there and push waves. Armut had the TP mid to fix the wave because he can get there faster. So now we have some sort of mismatch going on. Fnatic looking to match. We see Adam running down towards mid.
I think the LeBlanc would much rather play against the Mordekaiser. The Aurelia gets scarier and scarier as the game progresses. Of course, both of them now with 1 kill. They could look to dive out of no flash.
Flash across the offense goes into the Zenith blade, and Adam looks for some sort of semblance of hope in this fight. He gets the pullback, he gets the shield as well. Taking away the minions this time. Ilya protects Adam. That battle won't be in range to catch out Kaiser. This is a plate in the mid lane for Mad Lions.
Yeah, the jungle support of Mad Lions go towards mid, whereas this keeps Whippo now.
What? It's not supposed to be able to do that when I fucking.
You have been slain. Down as well. As he goes to this top side, you can see what Armut's doing. He's ignoring midway. This keeps running. He's gonna dive. Adams goes level 4.
There you go. Get out of there. Oh. Alright, good.
Forced to play on the weak side. But I think he gets dived anyway.
He realizes it's gonna come.
Good.
Adam trying to get underneath the tower, but the Dominus has popped. There's the root. The Ruthless Predator stun is available as well. Armut will use it, and Adam will go down. And this synergy between the Mad top side of the map is sublime to see.
Of course, Kazi has to be the person losing out on goal in this situation, but it's so much
like
more
right now.
for the Mad Lions, making sure that the 2 solo laners for Mad are getting further ahead. Look at all these plates that are now getting funneled onto Humanoid. The Renekton can go back to mid lane and say, hey, Aurelia, want a 1v1 against a fed Renekton. Or Adam is only at 20 CS.
He tried to catch the massive top wave and went 1 for 1. He went 1 for 1, but he lost the wave. Then he went mid, tried to catch the mid wave, gets dove and dies. Now he tries to catch the next top wave, and he gets dove once again. He's really bad. That's going to affect Mad Lions. Fnatic, sorry, on the side lanes. You know,
Yeah, it does a little damage.
on the side lanes, so Fnatic needs to leverage their bot advantage.
Position the right time. Kaiser going in with the Zenith blade. Looking to stun him onto upset. No, 60
45 seconds. Oh, he's gonna die. I just need to fucking focus on this farm.
Still there. Big hit for Mad, because remember, outside the Fnatic is falling apart. They need to gain advantage.
Alright, bro, I already know that
Is moving again. We thought
that's a
that
huge
Humanoid
int
was the roaming
that's
mastermind.
happening
It
right
turns
there.
out it was Armut all along.
Potential huge throw. So if I go in, I think I'm gonna make it worse.
Carrying Mad Lions perhaps to their second LEC title. Now Niski here, looking for the fight, looking for the fray, and a knock back onto Armut. They're looking for the damage onto the next, and the ignite goes down, and Gun's Edge coming out as well. Armut heals up, Hillesang able to escape, but Elioya will not let him get away. Elioya gets one dart back onto Niski. He steals Rakana, perhaps he steals the hopes away from Fnatic.
Oh, Mad Lions winning out on the fight. Armut is playing this game exceptionally well. He's the mid laner this game. He's the one pushing in waves and roaming around the map.
That's 4 of them.
Elioya also executing that fight perfectly mechanically.
The jungle movement around the maps, the roams from Armut. We talked about how this was going to be a very skirmish-focused game. We see that
Upset on the chase as well, but not yet got level 6 heal available for parties who say there it is. Zenith blade going back in. Kaiser looked for it but couldn't quite find it.
Good flash from Whippo. He knows that Karza Q might have killed him. One more auto as well, and he was down. So they win out on that fight. So let's go back. Armut initially goes for the over-aggressive dive, which is very respectful. I mean, he needs to push them off the wave, so he pushes them back as far as possible. Now Hillesang's kind of out of the fight. Niski arrives and has Armut gets knocked into the team, and this is where it all kicks off.
Kaiser missing his E there. Definitely going to make this fight a little bit easier. But Elioya getting an additional one for the Rakana. Look at this. Upset Whippo trying to turn it to Elioya. Gives the kill over to Kazi, allows Elioya and the squad to get out. And oh my word, Elioya passes the flashes player, but very good.
Niski around his own jungle. Force Joy coming out, but he's stunned. He's rooted and he is almost down. Back to the ring. Humanoid with the back with the distortion.
No, I need Warmog on that. Yeah, I should have gone Warmog on that. Fuck me, fuck me, fuck me.
Fnatic finally get something back on the map.
Okay,
They will
this
be
and then
able to
work.
get that kill onto Humanoid and relieve some of the pressure that Mad has been putting down on them. Still find themselves in a 2k gold deficit, but at least it's something.
Oh, the fighting never ends.
Hillesang going in the bottom lane. Kaiser able to walk away with the aftershock. Very tanky on that Leona.
Actually, instead of this, I should have just gone straight Warmog.
Right now, and both teams show no signs of stopping.
Yeah, so let's take stock of the map. I think jungle is pretty much even. Elioya has his mythic, so he's slightly ahead, of course, because Whippo's still yet to base and invested in the boots. Mid lane, similarly in an even spot in terms of gold you'd expect. Big CS lead, I'd say, for Humanoid, though, so that does get him a little bit further ahead, but the XP department is where Niski's going to struggle. Both sides still in Fnatic's favor. This game is quite close. It looked like Mad Lions after that top lead was pretty much over with Armut moving around the map, but now Fnatic have found signs of life in the top side.
I mean, the scary thing is TPs are now coming back up for both sides. Niski is just about to tick over, and the same can be said for Humanoid. I expect that once these are available, both sides are going to be looking to be proactive. Fnatic continuing to siege on the bot side. Whippo going to move through the bottom half of his own jungle, potentially setting up for a trade.
Yeah, I think Mad Lion's going to go to Herald here, so maybe Fnatic can find some kind of cross-map. TP's coming up, like you said.
And you're like a basic monster or a minion, but because these guys are pushing it so far up, like I basically got to fight somebody to get it. And if that's the case, I'd rather just reserve it. I just don't know who's backing him up. I know somebody's gonna back him up.
Bit of a confusing play there from Karthik. Maybe Humanoid said that he can see
Just in case somebody's there, you know.
I think if he either way, he was pretty much fine because Whippo has no flash and can't change. For now, just Herald. Looks like Fnatic want to match Niski into Armut here.
Very surprised by that play, but in any case, will result in Fnatic getting themselves another kill. They will get themselves the first race.
Ooh, see? This is the bullshit I'm talking about. Yeah, you want to walk into my shit? Ooh, there's multiple guys there.
To use the Herald mid, just through a process of sitting in lane, Humanoid should be able to secure this one, which means they can actually use it to break open the mid tower against the Aurelia if they want to, depending on how much they want to move Humanoid around the map.
Walking back.
Sitting at 2-0-3 here on this Viego. Once again, having a storm in its first
Ooh, nice.
So consistent for this Mad Lions team. Even MSI was gambling some of the best in the world, and here he continues to show why Mad
I think
Lions
that's 6, yep.
so much stake.
Now it's all about epics.
Yeah, Fnatic are really behind right now. They have no pressure points on the map. Upset might be in trouble.
Feather Storm, Blade Caller is available, looking for the root, but Elioya able to dash away.
Yeah, they're able to push in mid. They just took top tower. Now they're forcing bot tower. Fnatic trying to respond. Here comes Niski.
Double TP with her being used as well, but Elioya doesn't really have anywhere to go. Has the flash.
What are you doing there? Oh.
Catch onto Elioya, but the Vanguard's edge goes wide. Elioya's still alive. Armor diving onto a command. In the tower, almost dead. Kind of tanking it up. Adam on the back line. Mad Lions look for a 4v4. Upset low. No Feather Storm on him. Remember, Adam's going to get booted up. Still, explosive cards coming out as Humanoid's force back. Kazi's still putting the damage down.
Ah, that was stupid of me. Probably should have started here and then ran.
Whippo trying to stop the recalls, like you said, trying to buy some time here to slow the game down as much as possible. Look at the amount of deep vision Mad Lions have on both sides of the jungle of Fnatic. They know exactly where everyone will be. TP's invested, of course.
Fuck me, dude.
But Mad Lions know exactly what they're getting into every single time they make a play.
And so much of this comes down to the control that they have in the mid lane as well. Once again, we see the Renekton rolling down. Look, he's in a bit of a 2v1 right now, giving information to his team as Upset is forced out of the fight very early on. Of course, Elioya not having the ultimate.
They're chasing, so that's wasting time. That's good. He's doing really well.
And he has the flash to be able to escape, and this is where the fight gets more.
Look at the charm, it pulls Elioya up, so Niski misses the ult, I think. There's no sidestep left from Elioya, so he buys so much time. Adam's forced then to invest in ult. Armut's just solo now, kill attack, so
Forward top.
And Fnatic tried to keep the fight going with the Gragas cast, but in the end, Mad Lions have enough to back off.
I was impressed by how much time Elioya bought, even in the 1v1 against Adam, of course. Then I remember Adam is so weak and poor right now that even if he does
Just
get
in case.
isolated 1v1, it doesn't mean that he's going to win it with ease. He is slowly getting back into the game, but even Elioya is a higher level than him and continue to extend the gold lead.
Nice.
Just short. Barely an inch, barely a centimeter there that Adam wasn't caught.
Dude, that is just fucking shit up right now. Oh no.
Now look at the map state for Mad Lions. 1-3-1, 3 members mid, both side lanes. What you expect as well from Mad Lions. So
That's
what
not
they'll start
good.
to do is
Back.
push out these side lanes and move towards mid. Mid tier 1 is their next objective. Fnatic have control of the bot side of the map. Mad Lions have control of top side of the map. But Humanoid reads the play. He's probably going to lose his blue buff. See if Mad Lions can force something on the top side. Armut stacking away, but eventually Fnatic.
Like I should be able to take on this fucking set on its own, but just in case.
They can probably pressure this tier 2. There's also the tier 1 in mid lane, but I think it's a little over-eager. Across the sides. I think they're just needing to the draft about how a lot of this game is going to come out of this big jungle. Turns out he's actually back to the top lane. The fact that Armor has been so impactful, the way in which those early waves.
Damn it.
Is something we've been talking a lot more about recently in terms of the
Well, I took out their carry.
the way in which Mad used 3 different waves onto Adam consecutively, which is absolutely absolutely ridiculous and really started to snowball for Mad Lions.
I think Mad Lions are really good at finding what their win condition is. Maybe it can be a champion on your team, but shutting down the Mordekaiser will always help you out the later the game goes, because that shuts down your answers to LeBlanc, and it shuts down any side lane potential you might have if the game is even.
Oh my god.
Would just be a stalemate, and Mad Lions crack.
I don't know what else I could do. I gotta take out their carry. Come on. Come on, boys. Come on. Do something. Work with me, boy. Work with me.
Fnatic tried to answer a lot of what Mad does with their teleports, and with TPs available for both top laners, we may very well see more action with the Drake spawning in 30 seconds.
Feels like if you're Fnatic, you're resting your hopes on your two most storied players. Feels like the organization that had the longest. You have to find picks, you have to find engage. If you're Fnatic, of course, so on the Gragas can do that. So well known for it, one of the undefeated players on this champion. Will this be his first loss? Or will he once again be able to find those
They want to contest it, I think. Adam's moving down towards mid already. But looks like he wants to move up. Fnatic should see that they're picking in and they're flexible. Maybe they can get away from this for now.
Ay. Come on, yes, get in there. If you just fucking go in there.
That's what they're going to do. They gain the mid priority. They won't get much damage on this tower, though, as Mad Lions able to collapse after taking the dragon. Riftherald is up if Fnatic decide to go for it, but right now they are at a huge wallet disadvantage.
Shut down.
Some damage down onto Armut. Hylissang dancing forward as well, but Armut was not as isolated, perhaps, as Fnatic originally thought.
Very tense game. You can
An
feel
ally
the
has
pressure's
been
dying
slain.
for Fnatic. They've come so far in the playoffs of the LEC, taking down every single team. And the last opposition, big pick.
Body slam, Makazi able to jump away and gets across the wall. Does burn both his summoners for that.
Oh, just gets away, has so much mobility. Whippo invested.
Dude, I got 5,000 health. That's awesome.
Sideways. You can see Niski pushing in top, Adam pushing in bot, and that will be that. Nice try from Fnatic. Maybe there's a world where you could have done it. The thing with Gragas is if you ER flash, you can get the knockback, but with the W, it means the buffer time is too long to get the knockback. Harden has one small window to get a spell off. In the end, he gets the E-flash.
He's able to do it. Does cost him his summoner spells, as you guys talked about. And I think it just goes to show that Fnatic still looking for opportunities. Definitely have not given up yet. Very solid composition. The biggest concern is, what do team fights look like? How much access do you have?
Yeah, don't fight set without me.
An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain.
Just a little bit ago, sitting at 15 kills in 18 minutes. After those initial skirmishes, seems to be willing to play it a little bit more patiently, but still do have a 5,000 gold advantage, and only a couple of team fights perhaps
Ligar's still here.
Second LEC title.
Yeah, another worry I have here is the amount of CC Mad Lions have with Fiona, LeBlanc, Chen, Diego, Ray. One Bertrand's on the side of Fnatic. Niski probably has it in his runes, the tenacity, but now he doesn't have that on the side. So CC layering is very difficult for Fnatic.
He doesn't know. Comes out
He's just hanging back, dude. He's letting me fucking tank.
For Mad Lions, of course, Fnatic trying to answer in the top lane, but Mad can also threaten mid. Let's see if Hylissang can find a pick.
There's no flash, remember, on Kazi. There's the pick that they were looking for. Kazi trying to get away, but just can't do it. Upset manages to pick up the kill, and now Mad Lions are on the chase. Heartbreaker coming out. Featherstorm used. TP was cancelled. TP was cancelled. Zenith played onto Upset, spells his doom. And now Hylissang's running on the wrong side of the map. Armor trading with Adam in the top side. Adam trying to heal himself, but remember, the Ruthless Predator can go to the shield. The flash expended by Armor to get him away. Hylissang still being chased here by the Mad Lions. Humanoid should be able to lock him down.
Yeah, he's getting attacked. Humanoid can jump forwards here, so Hylissang is as good as dead. But you can see the power of the Renekton, the power of the Mordekaiser into the Renekton. Sorry, he's so far behind, almost wins the 1v1 and force him to flash away. It's a long, slow chase down here. There's a world where Mad Lions could leave him alive for a little bit. They look to force a Baron. All of Mad Lions in base for now, but no, they're just going to kill him off.
Gonna use it for that
as well. So close to a Rabadon's at 20 minutes. Once he gets that item complete with no MR on the side of Fnatic, he's going to shred them.
Certainly is. Armor coming up clutch once again, interrupting that TP was just so valuable, and Mad Lions finding back-to-back hits. Now they're setting up control around the Baron area, and once again, I'm going to draw your attention to the vision. Notice they have all these deep wards spread it out throughout Fnatic's jungle. Looking for another pick.
Good dodge by Fufu with the rocket cell.
An ally has been
However,
slain.
they get the mid lane tier 1, they have total control over this top side.
Yeah, we're better at split pushing.
Position right now.
And if they're not showing bot side, you know their top side process of elimination to spot out where Mad Lions are. Now trying to sweep away some of the wards, but look at that. Humanoid has a rabbit on stat cap at 21 minutes with Iliandry's. Dark Seal is stacking up, Oblivion Orb as well. Any combo from him will shred anyone on Fnatic, and what they need to do here is make sure they get some vision to stop that from being able to happen. Baron will be the point of contention.
Shouldn't have eaten him, I guess. I'm at 6,000 health, dude. 6,000 fucking health. Come on, come on, come on.
Goes on to Kaiser, but that's not the target you want. The aftershock coming out, and there's TP immediately from Mad Lions. They are looking to take this fight. Adam working his way down, but he doesn't have a TP of his own. Humanoid's going to land the chains onto Niski. Does the damage reduction, but just can't get away.
Why would you go right in the same spot I am so they can slow you down?
Niski's down, on towards the bottom side of the fight. Adam still not with this team.
Okay, one down.
Once again, the feather storm coming out from outside as he looks to pull back the feathers, but he just can't get the damage down. The root hits. Humanoid, Elioya going in. Humanoid onto the back line. No one upsets down.
How the fuck's that guy so fast? Ah, he's right there. Baron? Yep, he got. They have Baron.
As he is set for a silver medal. Adam cleaned up. Mad Lions clean house, and they are looking for their second title.
Oh, Humanoid, he's just toying with Hillatag. He's going to get the ace, and that is a clean 5-0. You have to feel that that is the final nail in the coffin, and Mad Lions with this bag is looking to secure themselves another LEC title.
Humanoid is absolutely on fire in this series. Every single game is showing up, and now 8-1 up the other 1,000 gold shutdown.
Fnatic are immediately forced to disengage because they know they're enough.
Wait, how did I not eat him?
And in the side lane, Humanoid causes a coming out can go back in. Howard Park doing a lot of work, but we're
Yeah, I had to focus out the set. If I was able to focus out the set, then we win.
does not. Fnatic do not. Mad Lions clean them up. 5-0, and they are looking for the base.
Oh, Fnatic is grasping at straws to try to find something. You know they have to keep fighting and finding shutdowns to be able to bring themselves back into the
Because late game I can help carry. That's a huge difference.
Lions have the Baron. They're gonna push in. Maybe they can get this top inhib 25 seconds on the
Like, this is just gives me that fucking burst early game so I can actually just fucking beat the crap out of them and win.
That is delivering. They're looking to represent Europe as the first seed going to the World Championship. They are looking to cement themselves
I mean, I really like
in
it.
LEC history as becoming the back-to-back champions of 2021. Mad is continuing to dominate. 15k is the gold lead. 24 minutes in. It feels like it's just a matter of time.
Only 2 other teams have ever won 2 or more LEC titles. Fnatic and G2 and now Mad are looking to rival those giants.
What a statement series, I must say, from Mad Lions. Every single game barring that one that Fnatic took, they've just been in full control.
Really, I have no notes?
Every single team, but Mad Lions just look a cut above everyone in Europe as we watch this
All right.
fight again. Fnatic
I'm gonna